Things are finally going well. The relationship is healthy. They're kind. They're consistent. They show up. This is what you wanted. And then something shifts. You start finding problems that aren't there. Picking fights over nothing. Creating distance where there wasn't any. You do something. Say something cruel. Ghost them for days. Sabotage the moment. Not because you want to, but because something deep inside you doesn't believe this can last. And afterward, you're confused. You wanted this. You worked for this. So why did you just destroy it? This is self-sabotage. And if you've experienced it, you know how maddening it is. You're not trying to ruin your life. You're trying to protect yourself from something that terrifies you more than loneliness. Let me explain what's really happening. Because once you understand the mechanism, you can finally stop repeating the pattern. Your brain has one primary job: keep you safe. And safe doesn't mean happy. It means predictable, familiar, known. So when something good happens, really good, sustainably good, your brain goes into threat mode. Not because the good thing is dangerous, but because it's unfamiliar. And unfamiliar, to your nervous system, equals unsafe. Think about it. Every time you've been happy before, what happened? Eventually it ended. The person left. The opportunity disappeared. The feeling faded. And each time it hurt. So your brain learned something. Happiness is temporary. Happiness is a setup for pain. Now, years later, when something genuinely good shows up, your brain doesn't celebrate, it panics. Because if this is good and good things end, then you're just waiting for the inevitable hurt. And waiting is torture. So your brain does something brilliant and terrible. It takes control of the ending. If you sabotage it now, you're in control. The pain is on your terms. You're not blindsided. You're not abandoned. You chose it, except you didn't really choose it. Your fear chose it for you. Let me show you exactly how this plays out. The self-sabotage cycle has 4 stages, and I guarantee you'll recognize yourself in at least one of them. Stage 1. The honeymoon. Everything is perfect. They're amazing. You're happy. You're open. You're hopeful. But underneath that hope, there's a timer ticking. Because part of you is waiting to see when they'll leave, when they'll disappoint you, when this will become like everything else that didn't last. You're enjoying it, but you're not trusting it. Stage 2, the test. Consciously or unconsciously, you start testing them. You pull back a little. You're less available, you're moodier. You pick small fights, and when they stay, when they're patient, understanding, consistent, it doesn't make you feel safer. It makes you more anxious because now the stakes are higher. Now there's more to lose. Stage 3, the panic. This is where the real sabotage begins. You feel yourself getting closer, more attached, more vulnerable, and it's terrifying. Because attachment means potential abandonment. Love means possible loss. Happiness means inevitable hurt. So you do something to create distance. You pick a big fight. You cheat, you ghost. You find a fatal flaw in them that you can't get past. You create the ending before they can. You reject them before they reject you. And that brings you to stage 4. Stage 4, the regret. The panic fades. The clarity comes, and you realize they weren't going to leave. They weren't going to hurt you. You hurt yourself. You were so afraid of being abandoned that you abandoned them first. You were so afraid of loss that you chose to lose. And now you're alone, which is exactly what you were trying to avoid. So you promise yourself, next time will be different. Next person, you won't sabotage. You'll trust, you'll stay open. But next time comes, and the cycle repeats. Because the issue was never them. It was never timing. It was never bad luck. The issue is a core belief you're carrying. And until you address that belief, you'll keep sabotaging. So what's the belief? It's usually one of 3 things. Belief 1, good things don't last for me. You've internalized the idea that you're not someone who gets to keep good things. You get glimpses of happiness, but never the whole life. So when something good shows up and stays, your brain goes, this doesn't fit. This isn't how it works for me. And you unconsciously work to make reality match your belief. Belief 2, I don't deserve this. Somewhere along the way, you decided you weren't worthy of consistent love. Maybe you were neglected. Maybe you were abandoned. Maybe you were told you were too much or not enough. And that wound became your identity. I'm not the kind of person people stay for. So when someone stays, when someone loves you well, your brain rejects it. This person doesn't really know me. When they see the real me, they'll leave. So I'll leave first. You're not sabotaging the relationship. You're sabotaging your own worthiness. Belief 3. If I let myself be happy, I'm setting myself up for devastation. This is about control. If you never fully invest, never fully open, never fully trust, then when it ends, it won't destroy you. You're hedging 1 foot in, 1 foot out, always ready to run. But here's what you don't realize. By never fully investing, you guarantee the relationship fails. Not because it wasn't good enough, but because you never gave it a real chance. You're so busy protecting yourself from potential pain that you create certain pain. So how do you stop? How do you break this cycle when it's so deeply wired? It starts with one simple practice, and I'm going to walk you through it. When you feel the urge to sabotage, when the panic rises, when you want to push them away, when you start looking for the exit, pause. Don't act on the urge, just notice it. Name it. I'm feeling scared. I'm waiting for this to end. I'm expecting to be hurt. Then ask yourself, is there actual evidence this person is going to hurt me? Or am I just afraid they might? Because fear isn't evidence. Fear is your past trying to protect you from a future that might not even happen. And then, this is the hardest part, choose to stay. Even though you're scared, even though every instinct says run, stay in the conversation, stay in the vulnerability, stay in the discomfort of being loved. Because the only way to prove to your brain that good things can last is to let them last. The only way to rewrite the belief is to create new evidence. Let me tell you about Maya. She sabotaged every relationship for 10 years. The moment things got serious, she'd find a reason to leave. Until she met someone who, when she tried to push them away, said, "I see what you're doing, and I'm not going anywhere." And for the first time, she had to sit with her fear without the escape route. She practiced the stay. Every time she wanted to run, she stayed. Every time she wanted to pick a fight, she said, "I'm scared," instead. It felt awful, terrifying, like standing on the edge of a cliff waiting to be pushed. But she didn't fall. The person didn't leave. The love didn't disappear. And slowly her brain started learning. Oh, good things can last. I can be happy without it being taken away. 3 years later, she told me, "I still get the urge to sabotage sometimes, but now I recognize it for what it is. A scared part of me trying to protect me from pain that isn't coming." That's the shift. You don't stop feeling the fear. You stop letting the fear make your decisions. So here's what I want you to understand. You're not broken. You're not toxic. You're not incapable of love. You're carrying a wound that taught you love is dangerous. And that wound created a protection mechanism. Sabotage is just your nervous system trying to keep you safe. But safe isn't always the same as healthy. Safe keeps you alone. Healthy lets you risk being loved. So the next time you feel yourself pulling away from something good, don't judge yourself. Don't shame yourself for the pattern. Just pause, name the fear, question the belief, and then choose to stay. One conversation at a time, one vulnerable moment at a time, one choice to not run, because you deserve to be happy. You deserve to keep good things. You deserve to be loved without waiting for it to be taken away. And the only way to believe that is to prove it to yourself, by staying even when you're scared. Especially when you're scared.